So, I've been working on this base and this world for the past 5 years now, give or take, and I absolutely love it. But we have a major problem which has literally stopped me in my tracks. I have run out of places to build. Every single spot has a build. And that's why today I thought it would be fun to build a brand new area full of really awesome ideas, redstone, secret storage, a whole bunch of cool stuff that I'm super excited to show you. So anyways, let's jump right into it. I have been busy digging a big old hole here, and it has taken absolutely forever. As you can see from the little clip on my screen right now, the haste beacon wasn't enough help, and then I had to use some dynamite to pop open the ceiling here, and it was a whole big thing. All in all, just digging out the room probably took me about 5 or 6 hours at this point, and I have filled like 10 double chests of stone. Because it's such a big project, I'm kind of building it out of order and just kind of doing the parts that I feel like doing. So just keep in mind all this stone and stone brick here is going to change and be more textured and dynamic with some leaves and all of that. And also, maybe the rooms aren't getting built in like a particular order, but that is all according to my professional building plan, which you can see right here. So as you can see, there is no real plan for this build, but don't you worry, it's gonna look cool in the end, and you're all gonna say, "Oh, Ecolio, you're so good, you're such a good builder," blah blah blah, and I'm gonna say, "Yeah, I know." And I came up with it on the spot, and it really wasn't hard. So what I'm trying to do is just kind of piece it together piece by piece. I'm just kind of adding bits and bobs as we go. And I think the next one that we're gonna need is a big old monkey statue. Okay, everybody, so I have completed the monkey, and as you can tell from the time lapse, I actually, this is not the first monkey from the time lapse. It didn't work out. I was trying to just go freehand from a picture that I saw a while ago, but it didn't work out, so I deleted it, and I built this new one here, which I think looks a lot better. I found a neat picture on Reddit of a like Aztec head, I guess, and I thought it fit so well. I just had to use it. But now all that is left is to light the portal here, and we have a nether connection to the new part of the base, and I can finally get rid of that portal over there. Anyway, let's do it. Huh, that was weird. Well, anyway, in the meantime, between those two scenes, I also started building a storage room up here behind this wall because I needed to move some chests over and just get a spot where I can craft and put down my shulker boxes and all that, and also AFK while I play Angry Birds. And so I think I'm at a point now where I'm ready to kind of just start showing off this room. Obviously, there's still a little bit to do, but I will do that near the end of the video where I'll give you guys some tips and some tricks on how you can kind of cheese it and make stuff look like it's more detailed and done than it really is. The first thing that I want to show you is this little fella right here, my little statue in the pond here. Not only is this an infinite water source in this area now, but it also gives me advice when I press this button. It spits out a block. But later, this will be building stuff. And the idea that I wanted to do is actually to get all of you to write down in the comments what you'd like to see me build next. Because this room here, this base, has some spots for new stuff. So let me know what you think I should put in the little build idea dispenser here, I guess. And I guess he also needs a name. And I'll be sure to add them. And then at the end of the videos, we'll press a button and it'll kind of show us what's coming next on the channel, I guess, is the idea. So anyway, there is that. And there is also this wall over here, which is actually pretty useful. This is just like a table with everything I could need to build and craft and get blocks and everything. So I thought that was pretty useful. And then I just decorated the back with some decoration blocks and some vines and stuff like that. I think it looks really neat. And of course, the central storage here. This isn't all the storage that's going to be in this new part of the base, but it's definitely going to be a pretty big part of it just because I put so much here. This is probably like half a stack of chests, just about. And behind us in the center, we have Ye Old Enchanting Table. Anyways, so that's that room up there in that corner. Now I think it's time we loop back to the main room here and get it looking a little bit less gray and dull like it is right now, because this is making me a little bit sad. I think the first step that we should do is probably the floor, because that's like the easiest and most brain dead. And once that's done, I think it's going to make the room look a lot better. And I think we can agree that this looks a lot better than it did just before. I've also done a few other little things off camera, such as add these buttons everywhere to give it that like rock pebble look when you look ahead. I've also added some of the moss carpets, but these are actually secret moss carpets that hide lighting. And what I basically did, I have a mod, I think it's called like Mini HUD or something of that sort, and you can toggle the light. So what I did is I took out all the torches and I just placed it where necessary. But anyways, that's pretty much the entire floor. Now I think we can move on to the walls. But before we do that, we're going to have to get some more moss from the wizard factory, because this build has completely drained all of my moss. I got the moss. And I also did a ceiling here out of dirt, but I'm not sure that I like it. I don't really think that it fits the theme, and it makes this place super duper dark. That was a really bad joke. No, I actually filled out the ceiling here because I want to start working on shaping this chasm a little bit. And I also wanted to just make sure that the top of the ceiling here, where it goes from the like wall to the cave, is a little bit nicer and smoother, and these pillars are supported and stuff. And I didn't want to put scaffolding everywhere because it's super annoying, and it actually costs you a lot more scaffolding than it would dirt to do something like this. But if you have an easier and better way of doing this, please let me know in the comments how you would have done this, because I'm sure there's a better way than placing like 10 stacks of dirt. I'm no art critic, but this looks pretty darn cool if you ask me. So basically, I lost power for like an entire day. Thank you, Hydro-Quebec. And that also means that I lost some footage, which has mysteriously disappeared from my computer. I think it's because it was like a time lapse. So anyways, what I did basically is just kind of round out these corners with a bunch of slabs and stairs and stone and andesite and cobble and stuff. And then I added some glowberries here just to kind of light it up so that we can actually see what's going on everywhere. And of course, put some funny looking little trees growing out of the side here and a bunch of jungle trees up there. But now what's really cool, and this is actually a first in this world for me, is I can fly in and out of a main part of the base and not have to walk, which is awesome. Now I actually have like super fast access to storage. And of course, just in case I die and I don't have my elytra on me, I also added some nifty little bubble elevators everywhere for every side. So basically, one of these just kind of pops you up. You can go to that one too. And I also added some color to the walls here just to kind of differentiate like what section you're in, I guess. I know it's not a crazy confusing spot. There's literally two sides and a portal. Well, actually, I guess there's that one too. But you won't get lost in here. But I thought it was just neat to do some cool patterns with the terracotta, which I'm super into lately, by the way. I feel like every build I make now has at least a little bit of glazed terracotta. But yeah, now what I need from all of you, and this is super essential, this is the new base. This is where I'm gonna be building for probably the next year or so, with all of these openings that I've made that are actually big enough to host big projects. I'm gonna need some help. I'm gonna need some ideas for stuff to go here. I'd really love to start using this little statue as like a build recommendation. And actually, I did fill it up, so stay tuned until the end, and we'll press the little button there, and someone's paper is going to come out with a cool idea for the next video or next live stream or whatever. All right, enough yapping. Let's get back to building. And now we're going to make all of these pillars look better, because I think this is a way better and more realistic design than these monstrosities, and I'm absolutely sick of looking at them. So let's jump right into it. You thought I was gonna do another time lapse? Well, joke's on you. All those clips were of the same pillar. I can't bring myself to do them right now. It's too boring. So I promise that by the end of the video, these will all be done. But now I think we need to address probably the last and most important part of this build, which is the bottom here with the monkey statues and the beacon and the dirt and all of that. I think we're missing something very important. Can you guess what it is? I'll give you a hint. They live in the water, they're super annoying to bring around, and they hurt you. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not bringing the glow squid over there. Ain't no way. Those guys were so annoying to get. If you haven't watched the video, go check it out. The aquarium video. I kind of go over how I did it. Super painful and annoying compared to the Guardian. So let's go get a few of these guys from my Guardian farm. So it is actually also kind of annoying to get these guys from here. They do spawn in these water fountains here. Once in a while, there'll be one flopping around. But today, there doesn't seem to be one, so my next plan is to come to the spawner here and just stick a minecart in the corner and really hope that there's one just kind of hanging out that spawns like right here, and we'll pick them up. That's the plan, at least. Let's see if that works. Okay, new plan. So I'm actually underneath the farm right now, and we're just going to plug up the drop chute, and as soon as one falls here, we're going to try to catch him in this minecart. Now, I don't know why there aren't any, and I think it might be because I'm too close and they're just not spawning, so I'm going to have to go a little bit away and come back and hope that there is one. Ladies and gentlemen, we got one. Ooh, I don't want him to shoot me, though. Okay, now we just need to name him. And I got my first name tag here. We're just going to give him a bloop, a little name. All right, so that's Scrimmy. Next up, we got Waltor. We got Sierra Tequila and Spingus. So let's hope that we can get 3 pretty quick here by just like running back and forth, basically, and letting them spawn. It is nighttime, so the spawn rates are pretty abysmal, and it is definitely not safe to leave, as you can see from the mobs out there. So I might just wait out the night in comfort in here. Oh, I don't believe it. We got 3 more. That was really fast. So let's try to get names on them. Okay, and we still need 1 more. The minecart is there, so let's just let it sit and wait just a little bit longer. Okay, it's been a few minutes, but I think now we have another issue. There might be more than 4. Yeah, that is bad news. Luckily, I, being a genius, accounted for this, and all I have to do to fix it is log out. And just wait a minute here. This is my world. Just give it a little second. Play selected world. And they should all be gone. Okay, that didn't work. We need to reevaluate the situation here, because now there's going to be more and more and more of them. I didn't record it, but you gotta trust me, that kind of just worked itself out. I managed to kill them really fast, and okay, that's bad. Let's try to get them. We need to get them up the stairs all the way to the portal with only 15 rails left. All right, so I got them through, and I don't know why I'm whisper talking because they can't hear me, but they did not move. In fact, they are kind of stuck, so I'm gonna have to try to push them in and not die because that is a lot of damage at once. I don't think I can tank it. So let's try to get them on the rail here and just kind of moving slowly towards the objective. Come on, get on the rail, please. Please don't hit me. Get out of here. Ow. I think we're going to get him. We're getting pretty close. That's 1 in, 2 in, 3 in, 4 in. Okay, great. Now we can hit F3 and B. Hitbox is shown. We can go down there and let's get the rockets like right beside the pickaxe just so I can get out really quick. And let's just break these minecarts. Now, this does create a deadly pit. That means we can never, ever fall down here without rockets. Because if you do, you will probably die. There is no doubt in my mind. And even then, like, it's hard to fly out because of the water. So if you download the world and you die in here, I'm so sorry. I really am. But it's just so cool. It's like little sharks. I feel like a supervillain or something. And you too? Okay, let's check this out from up here without... Ooh, that was a lot of beams. Without F3B, that is so neat. I love adding guardians to the base. I'm having so much fun adding these mobs, and I think these guys add a lot of detail to the build. Let's see what they look like from up here. Oh yeah, that's cool. They look like little tadpoles or like coronaviruses. I don't know, but I really like it. It kind of makes me think of like a mud skipper or something as well because they're kind of poking out of the water. But yeah, that is so cool. All right, everybody. So I think that this video has run long enough. If you're still watching, thank you so much. If you want to leave me a comment and let me know what you think, that would be amazing. And you shall soon be rewarded because I'm going to press the button and we're going to see what we're going to be building next. I'm super excited to try this out. I hope it could become like a cool little ritual for our videos here. Pirate Island. Oh, that's a good one, actually. I've seen that a few times. I condensed it into this one paper. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I'm really excited, and I have a few ideas for this. However, asterisk in the sky here. I don't think I can put that down here. So we'll put this project on pause. Hopefully next time we get something that can fit in here, but I'm super excited for the Pirate Island. Subscribe if you haven't and you want to see that. It's coming in the next few weeks. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.